Hello YouTube, this is my EG6 Civic. This is my 93 Honda Civic EG. It's actually an EG6 Civic from Japan, so we never got the EG6 here in Australia. The car itself was imported into Australia sometime in the early 2000s under a bit of a loophole, which was called the rebuild scheme. It was a bit of a loophole to allow people to bring cars from Japan into Australia to use to help with rebuilding either local cars or, in a lot of cases, I think, rebirthing cars. So technically this car should have never come into the country. So this particular car I bought just more as something that I could have a little bit of fun on the street and at the track as well. I've owned the car since March of 2016, so about 5 years, or a bit over 5 years now. A little bit of work's been done to the car in that time. It now has a B18 C7 in it out of a Australian delivered Integra Type R. It's pretty much all bone stock. It just runs a Moroso baffled sump. I've got an oil cooler on the front, and that's pretty much it. Like it's fine for what I want it for. I haven't gone super crazy with any sort of modifications or anything like that. And to date, it's been really reliable. You know, it's done a lot of track days. Goes through a little bit of oil, which I think all Hondas do, but it's been quite good to date. Been really happy with it. Probably the best thing about the car is the gearbox. So it's an S80, or what was originally an S80 gearbox. It runs short at first to fourth, so a mixed ratio through 1 to 4, 4.4 final drive, OS Giken LSD, and that's made it to a Toda lightened flywheel, and also an XED clutch. So it's really quite snappy through first to fourth. It's probably a little bit too short for the street, but it's great when you get it on the track, or if you want to have a little bit of fun in it, it's really, really good as well. So in terms of suspension, it's basically Integra Type R underneath with a 5-stud conversion. I've pretty much replaced every bush in it. It's got MCA coilovers. It's skunked 2 camber arms on the front, honed roll center correction kit on it as well. So its setup is very streetable, but it's also quite good on the track. In terms of the wheels, for the street I just like running the DC2 Type R wheels, which I think suit the car quite nicely. I've got another set that I run at the track. The interior, it's pretty basic. Obviously, first thing that people notice is the AP1 cluster, which all that was done by the previous owner. I've got a Velo race seat and harness in there on a PCI rail. It's got an AGI 4-point roll cage, Nardi steering wheel, Ktuned shifter, and some Mugen pedals. Obviously most people will know, being an EG6, it did have the original interior in it, but the previous owner had cut it up quite substantially, so I ended up selling all that. So there's not really a lot of the original components to the EG6 that are still in the car. In terms of the exterior, it is pretty rough. It's got some hail damage on the roof. There's like 50 different shades of blue on the car. It's got a black tailgate. I think one of the next things that I'll focus on is cleaning up the paintwork and just getting it a little bit more presentable. But yeah, there's a little bit of rust in the back and a few other bits and pieces, but at a distance it doesn't look too bad. Probably looks okay on camera, but as you get up a little bit closer, it's not as good. But it's probably my favourite colour, and I was quite lucky to find this car originally. So basically, the things that I've done since I've owned the car has really just been focused at making it a little bit more streetable. And just fixing a few little issues. There's a lot of earth and wiring issues in the car, which I rectified previously. Obviously the cage went in, all the suspension work, just replacing all the bushings. I've had the motor out just recently and resprayed all of the bay, and then put the new gearbox in as well. But yeah, all in all, fun little track car. Really enjoy driving it around, and yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.